Hey guys, it's Sarah here with New England Junk Journals. I am about to do prompt 14 for Junk Journal July, and that is cabinet card. So I've had a little bit of a play in here already to kind of see what I want to do. We've got this page to work on here, and I've already printed out my digitals, something like this. So I have this piece that I've taken off, and I've decided, I believe I want to do a pocket on here, a side tuck pocket. The other part of that digital, I've already glued inside. This is our faux cabinet card for today from the digital kit. I put this in here as a background, and I have selected my sentiment. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. And that's a quote by William Morris. So I have my sentiment. I have a cabinet card here that I picked out of my collection, and this is also part of the digital. This is like the back of a cabinet card, and I am going to use this on the inside as a pocket like this. What is kind of taking me a minute here is, although I know I want this as a side tuck here, I want to reinforce the edge of this. I'm going to glue it down, but then I kind of want to reinforce. I was thinking of using this because I really like it, but it is not tall enough for my page. So I might go ahead and ink this up. If I put this over the top, then you won't notice too much that it doesn't reach. So I might do that. Have this little postcard guy here. I've actually backed him on paper because he was split in several places, and I wanted to kind of rescue him. I think that would look really cute on the bottom as well. So I think I am going to go ahead and sit down and start arranging my pieces, and we'll see how they turn out. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna want to ink this up. Thought of putting a thumb notch in here, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary. Let's just glue this in. Go. This should give some strength to the edge, and it's still not super straight, but I'm okay with that. It's fine. Just gonna give this a good ink. I think that'll be fine. Yep. Okay, not bad. Da-da-da-da. Get all the way to the edge. There we go, nice and pressed down. Let's see. This here, hopefully you guys can see that, and that there. I think that looks really cute. It's a good juxtaposition between the brights here and the more vintagey items on this side, which is good. We like contrast, right? And I think this little guy with his green outfit really, really matches the spread. There we go. I went ahead and inked almost everything, so putting it together should be fairly quick. I like this guy. He's so cute with his little Valentine's letter. That's one thing that I've really enjoyed doing in this journal this month, is adding these cute little postcard pieces. It gives such, like, even though they're tiny little embellishments, you know, they add a lot of character to these spreads, and they add that touch of authentic, vintage, or antique, the vibe that I'm looking for. All right. Oh, make sure it does not glue to the page behind it. That would not be good. We're going to need that for later. All right. I'm going to dump those out. I just want to... Oh, yeah. Yep. That's going to be plenty big enough. So let me set that aside to dry, and we will work on this. First, the pocket over here. And I did trim this down a little bit so that it would just fit. Make sure that that's gonna close on that hinge. Okay. Let's do it this way so that I know that that's the bottom. Go. There you go. I'll see afterwards if there's like a little label or something that I want to add to the pocket. But that will slip right in there. I have a lot of... Okay, hang on. Let me just see how I want to space this out. Did I say this was a quote from William Morris? This is a quote from William Morris. All right. Yeah, I want it to kind of take up all of the space on that side. I loved the digital here. This background is a bunch of, it's a collage of script from the backs of cabinet cards. And there we go. Beautiful. All right, let's see. All right, so I have a couple of pieces that were like tiles, and I've just started cutting them out to see if I want to use them somewhere here as part of a cluster or embellishment. It's so funny. Like, was thinking the past few days, like, oh, you know what this kit really needs is more fussy cuts, because we really haven't gotten a lot of fussy cuts. That would be, you know, a great addition. But you know what? We don't actually need them, because we've gotten so many little pieces that I can simply cut pieces out of the background. You know, like it was meant to be a tile, but it doesn't have to be. Or I should say it was designed as a tile, but it doesn't have to be a tile. it can be a fussy cut, and I just need to look at it differently and not be lazy. It was just me being lazy, not wanting to cut them out, but if it was a fussy cut, I'd have to cut it out anyway, wouldn't I? I like this. I feel like it blends in a little bit too much, but if I give it a good ink up, it might be better. So give me a second here. That's better. See, if it's here, I really think it should be a cluster. If it's here, I don't mind it being on its own, other than the fact that it might just blend in a little bit too well. There's also up here that's a bit bare. Let's see. It's green on green. Why am I trying to put green on green? I don't know. Of course, I would cut that. Do something like that. But what would be my third element? I don't know. This is why I usually cut my videos a little bit shorter. You would not believe how much time I can spend just fussing around with collage. I like that, but now it's like off center. Like we've got both flowers on this edge, which I don't like. So, knowing me, I'm probably gonna just go with the simplest thing. I'll probably just figure out whatever the simplest thing is and do that. That is usually what happens. I could cut it like that. Or I can do like a little top cluster up there. A piece of map. What do you think of that? It would definitely help decorate the top of it. But let's see. I do have this lace, digital piece of lace I could put at the top. All right, let's try that and see how that looks. That's cute. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to put this here still? I can still do this, and Something like that. Gonna make a lot shorter though. I mean, yeah, and thinner. I think so, yep. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I think it's something like that. Gonna have a lot of ephemera left over, I think. I mean, not as much as like previous projects, but I'll still probably have quite a bit of ephemera left over unless I go back through and just add. I can probably do that. Just add a bunch of stuff. Alrighty. Something like that. I still feel like there's something missing on this side though. Maybe I'll just go through and add this flower. There we go. That's lovely. Do I want to add anything other than this cabinet card? I don't want to put a ton of strain on this pocket, but let's see. I do have still a lot of ephemera. It's blank on the back, but that's okay. I can go back later and add something to that if I want to. Let's see, touch of blue. Something like that maybe. It's got too much dimension to it. Ooh. This ticket, I think. There we go. That looks really nice. Let me get these scraps back in here. I think I just want maybe some washi tape on this pocket here. Let's see. No. something like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So, bring my page back over here. And that fits in nicely like that. That is my spread for today. I love it. Yeah, that came out really good. All right, tomorrow's prompt is going to be thread. I know I have some like advertising cards for some brands of thread, so I may or may not use those. You can come back and see. Either way, it's going to be great. I know we're going to get some great digitals from Debbie. Let me know, guys, if any of you have headed over there and checked her out yet this month. If it's not something that you can do in July, you can still sign up, have access to all of the printables if you want to go ahead and use it on any other month that you feel like. It's just a great project, and there's a lot of resources. So thank you, Debbie. You always do such a great job. And thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.